All right, it's time for Wine, Music, and Games 30. We've made it to 30 episodes. Oh my goodness. We've got some wine, we've got some music, we've got some games, so let's get rolling. So how you doing, Honey Bunch?
I'm good. How are you, dear?
I'm doing fantastic. So, what is our wine for tonight?
Well, this is a Sauvignon Blanc from Bernardus, and it's from the Monterey County area, from Arroyo Seco.
Yeah, it's the Carmel Valley.
Carmel Valley.
Yeah, exactly.
And we picked this wine because it's a very readily available wine that you could probably get for a really inexpensive amount. It's only about $15. And we have drank a few bottles of this because we go to a restaurant sometimes and they have
Wine deal.
They do like half off Tuesdays for wine. And so at the restaurant, this is 32, but when you get it at half price, you're like, ooh, 16. That's pretty much what you're going to be paying for the wine anyway.
Shelf, yeah.
So you know that it's a pretty good value.
Yeah.
And it's really tasty, and
definitely drinkable.
It's very drinkable. If you're with friends, they would not be dissatisfied with this.
No, not at all.
And it works very nicely with seafood. So, that type of lighter fare of flair of food, you would probably like this Sauvignon Blanc.
That's a good one. All right, for the music. So, I still remember there was an old Saturday Night Live sketch that was done way back in the day when Dana Carvey and stuff was with Saturday Night Live.
We're showing our age. Yeah.
I know we're showing our age, and he was playing a musician and talked about how, and he had gone in and he was trying to get his next album, and he says, and they did a comparison of rockers who had passed on and how their worth and stock had gone up, and rockers who had gone on to live, and how their stock had kind of gone down.
Okay.
And the joke, of course, was, if you could die in some way, is what they were saying to Dana Carvey's character, then your stock would go way up. He's like, wait, what a minute, So the person who was the one who went on to live is a guy who really deserves much more credit, and I think his reputation has just grown as he's become more of an elder statesman in the rock genre. Kind of like how Sideways did a bad job to Merlot for a while. This guy became kind of a joke after having an amazing album, and one of the best live albums out there. Well, he's just released a new album. That is Peter Frampton, and Frampton Forgets the Words is his brand new album, and it is excellent. There are no words. It is a fully instrumental album, but it's Frampton and his band covering a lot of other people's songs. So you get like them doing If You Want Me to Stay, Sly and the Family Stones, a song. Avalon, which is from Roxy Music. David Bowie's Loving the Alien. George Harrison's Isn't It a Pity? And Lenny Kravitz, Are You Gonna Go My Way? And Frampton is an amazing guitarist. We actually saw him open up for Journey, I think it was, when he played Shoreline Amphitheater. And he was fantastic and just won the crowd over, and was playing as an opening act to Journey at that time.
Goodness.
And this, like last week, we talked about how sometimes when an album comes out, because the CD versus LP is different, this one only has 3 sides, but then it has an etching.
That's
and I don't
cool.
know if you can see it. I'm going to do this here to it. And hopefully
that's gorgeous.
You can see that. So that is the typewriter that is on the cover.
The cover is gorgeous in itself, so that's really awesome.
That is really nice on the back there. So,
well, it's really great music that you can put on even as background music, and it's not if you have to work or something like that. You know?
For both of us, I mean, when we're reading or we're having to type notes about our kids and stuff like that, having lyrics going really interferes with our ability to grade or whatever the case may be. So having
me
just
more
instrumental,
than you.
No, it happens to me too. Totally.
If you're grading something, it's really hard to have a bunch of
right,
talking.
but this is great, and we put it
on. It was
wonderful. When I'm fixing dinner, and it's just a great mood enhancer, and it's upbeat and really powerful. Great stuff. So again, Frampton Forgets the Words.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Awesome new album from Peter Frampton. All right, and our
And-
no, you're going back, honey. We got to get to the game first.
Oh, goodness gracious.
She's jumping
sorry.
ahead. She's jumping ahead to the summary. We haven't even gotten to our first
And I
game.
love this game,
I know,
so
okay.
that's like crazy.
So sometimes, as you know, if you listen to the podcast, eggertspiele.com, we go back and re-review a game, especially if we get an expansion of some kind, or we get new things like cool bits. All right. So the game in this case is Mombasa, which is by Alexander Pfister. This is from R&R Games. Plays 2 to 4 players, and this is a heavy title.
Very.
So if you guys are new to gaming, don't start here. Okay.
No, but if you're
go back a week and start with one of those other two the last couple of weeks. Those are good ones to start with. This is for the dedicated gamer. This one's going to take you 90 minutes to 2 hours to play, but it is a powerful, big game with a lot of stuff and a lot of thinking going on. There were a couple of times where both of Shelley and I looked at each other and went, "Oh my God, my head hurts."
But it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun to play. And it uses things in such a unique way.
Definitely.
I mean, you're building on a board, but you're not any specific color, but you're trying to get influence in those colors,
and the variations of the board setup means that the game is not going to get, is kind of stuck in one way. No, the variety means that there are infinite ways that this thing can be set up.
And the way the cards work is so crazy. I mean, you have to put down your cards, and then you choose the order. You do an action, I do an action, you do an action, but the order in which those actions happen is so important.
And how you get the cards back is unusual.
It's got so many twists and turns, but these are great bits.
So, BoardGameGeek, for those of you who know, we're good friends with Scott and Michelle and everybody over at BoardGameGeek, Eric and so on, Lincoln, hey. And so the Geek Store did Geek Up bits for Mombasa, and they're great. So one of the things that's part of this, cool. What's that called?
It start with the N. Naamite or
no, I don't think so.
No.
But it doesn't matter. Okay, so it's this.
It's like plastic, but it's better. Like they never rub off.
Yeah, exactly.
So
so you have little books,
they're books,
and of course you've got coins, and as you see if you ever watch poker online, everybody plays with their poker chips. This is the type of thing where you're playing with the poker chips and stuff like that.
The game is already solid and so much fun. But adding the bits just made us replay the game.
Exactly. And hadn't pulled it off the shelf
We hadn't pulled it off,
and
really now we're really happy that we did.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, now we can do the summary, Shell.
Okay. This is from Bernardus. It's a Sauvignon Blanc, and it's from the Monterey County, Arroyo Seco area.
Very nice. Frampton, Peter Frampton, the classic Frampton Comes Alive. Well, here is Frampton Forgets the Words, a great new album from the rock guitarist. Awesome stuff. Frampton Forgets the Words. And Mombasa from Alexander Pfister and R&R Games. Really solid. This is from a few years ago, but get it off your shelf. It's worth checking out once again. You're going to need a couple hours, though, just so you know. All right. That'll do it for this week. Remember, hit the bell and subscribe to our little channel here. We look forward to seeing you next week. You can sponsor us on patreon.com/GarrettsGames. And of course, always listen to the audio podcast, which is over there at GarrettsGames.com. Have a great week. We'll see you later. Take care. Bye.